Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bodybuilding Brawl League Season 3, and we're here for yet another upper division game. Going to look at Kittenpaw taking on Holpoker. Kittenpaw playing as the Skaven, Holpoker playing as the Cult of the Possessed. As you can see, Kittenpaw's warband is not really up to this task to face Holpoker in regards to rating and rank. But hopefully it will be an interesting game anyway. Gonna follow this from Kittenpaw's perspective, 118 morale against 154. Let's skip ahead of the deployment. Now here we go, first turn. We just had a desync, so this is going to be a retake. They barely got to start, they didn't even get to finish the first turn, so it was no problem. Gonna see what Kittenpaw can do here. He's a little bit outgunned, and of course he says that he has lost a little bit of his motivation here. You can see that with the warband rating. I think he could have maybe done a little bit better. But at least he's going to try here and do his best, and that's all we want in a player. Yeah, he's really moving far away here. And Holpoker, of course, doing really well for himself. He is undefeated so far in the upper division. Only lost a single game in the Qualifier League 2, and he is chasing that top 3 spot here of players in the upper division, and he might actually get that. Let's take up the scoreboard for a brief second. You can see Holpoker has 2 victories to his name. He defeated Nanashi and Game Night, and you can see that game against Game Night on his channel. Kittenpaw, he lost 2 games as well. He lost to, let's see here, he lost to, yeah, who did he lose to actually? I don't really remember, to be honest. Was it Ainur for one of the games at the very least? I think so. And it must have been Paranoia he lost to as well. Yep, that's it. You can see they were around 180, 154, so definitely advantage to Holpoker as well. And he's trying to look up where he can ambush Holpoker, figuring that he's gonna go in the lower right corridor here, not straight up from his wagon. This is usually where the fights happen on this particular map and this particular deployment. Very natural for it to do so, otherwise you would walk down into the lower ground, and few people do that. Yeah, prior to this, Kittenpaw was actually typing out that he has a Poison Wind Globadier that is only temporary at the moment. Since he is leveling up Ashen Sorcerer in the meantime and just deploying the Globadier for the PvPs, because he starts out stronger. Hopefully he's gonna get Bless of Filth to really utilize Poison Mastery on some of his other units. So, one thing that's interesting to note here is that Holpoker is the only Cult of the Possessed players in the upper division, and Kittenpaw is the only Skaven player in the upper division. As a matter of fact, the Destruction players playing as the Undead, Cult of the Possessed or Skaven, has been taking quite a beating in the BBL3 Season 3 so far, and we were expecting that for the Undead. They are clearly outmatched compared to the other warbands once terror starts diminishing, and it's mostly because of the Last Got Talent rules. But there are other things as well, since they cannot really start with the Necromancer and it comes in super late. It really invalidates zombies for the most part, making you be stuck with ghouls, one of the worst henchmen in the game. If not the actual worst henchman in the game. So it is interesting that the Destruction players are struggling so much in this particular season with this rule set. But It's all due to the Comets of Sigmar being really strong for the Sisters of Sigmar, of course. The Witch Hunters are always very strong, especially early on, since they start with a strong hero, the Templar, and most players have gotten with 2 Templars, so they are incredibly strong all the way through this game. You can see, yeah, he is going towards that corridor, more of a shielded corridor, doesn't want to be caught here, but Kittenpaw is waiting for him. And then, of course, you have the Mercenaries, which, considering the rules as it is right now, are probably the very best warband to play with in Bloody Old Brawl League Season 3. And all 3 of them have been doing relatively well, and the Destruction players less so. And these 2 are exceptions to the rule. Of course, Kittenpaw is probably going to end up at the very bottom here of the upper divisions. It's not a good time for the Skaven. Hullpoker, meanwhile, as we said, gunning for the top 3 spot here, with a very, very strong Chaos Warband. You don't really get to see it here because he's facing yet another Warband that's not reached rank 5 yet, but sooner or later we are going to see Hullpoker's full Warband, which is a second Landscape Talent Dark Souls. So it's 2 of them, and that can be a lot of pain coming in.
Round has started.
And when I say pain, it's because it's not the Landscape Talent per se. Yes, if you do get a Landscape Talent, you're gonna level up faster with a hero, and you're going to be doing getting him with more red pills and so to start off. But the real power of the Landscape Talent is that, yeah, he's gonna hide him here. It's gonna be great, managing to climb up and get into a surprise spot to get to the back line here. Very cool move here by Kittenpaw. But the problem with the Landscape Talent strength here is that, wow, this is a good vantage point actually. It doesn't really need a numbing poison. I'm just gonna try it anyway. Can't really shoot at anyone from here, unless there's some bug and it lets him shoot through the wall. But if you do include the Landscape Talent as your 3rd or 4th hero choices, they gain a lot more power. We talked about this in some of the first videos, and it's definitely true now, and more or less Hullpoker has followed that. He's done that for the 3rd and 4th hero choice, and I've not seen anyone else do that. Most players that have a Landscape Talent, they brought them in early as one of the first 2 choices, and that advantage that he had early on by doing this, it has been diminished. By now most players have started to get up to level 8 when they also have 8 red pills, just like the Landscape Talents. And from there it's not going to be much to separate them, and even less when it's about to hit level 10. Remember that the Landscape Talent warriors do have 6 less skill points to choose from. Yeah, was he spotted there? No, he wasn't. He was checking for that. So good ambushing house right now, and he's probably around there indeed. Gonna try and get his warp guards into position and try and bait some kind of engagement around that cursor, and then sweep in for the kills with these 3 heroes, completely catching Hullpoker by surprise. Especially if he goes into the bottom floor of the building and sees that it's blocked off and that there is no way that Kittenpaw could actually get behind him except through the passage below the Globadier, then it's gonna really surprise him. So has to watch out here. Hullpoker is playing a very slow warband. It fits him. He plays very cautiously and slow. Kittenpaw is more of an aggressive player, hyper aggressive even. Hullpoker very cautious. He has everyone with white heavy armor, meaning that they're going to be very slow here. They have armor proficient, but it's going to be 5 movements. He's going to approach it slowly and do his thing. But he does have a bit of speed to him that can surprise people, which could come from the Marauder and the Mutant, both of them having clawed feet. So there is a little bit of a surprise in Holpoker's arsenal, and of course the main danger here is that the Mutant and the Marauder both being very fast, and as well as the two Landscape Talent Dark Souls are benefiting from Mastered Weapon of Destruction, doing a lot of damage. And just wait until Holpoker gets grabbing a few purple items here, and it's gonna be hell to take that kind of damage. But he doesn't have any real range here, and Kittenpaw does, and Numbing Poison is excellent. You could potentially lock down units forever, especially if he does manage to get Pinning Shot later on. You would remove the maximum amount of blue pills that you can have at the same time by 7, and it's going to be every single character is going to be stuck frozen on the ground. Yeah, there is a way. He might be overdoing it here with too many units trying to climb up there. We're gonna see. Should probably bait the opening here and hope that Holpoker gets through it. And even if you do use, if you're hit by Numbing Poison and fail the poison check, and you are hit by Pinning Shot, you have maximum blue pills removed by 7. Even if you use exhaustion, you're not gonna be able to move anywhere, because it does not take back normally it does take back the blue pills, yes, but in this instance what it's going to do is yeah, he does see the Magister, and now he's going to be very well aware of at least one warp guard up there in the house. I'm not so sure that was a good idea by Kittenpaw revealing that they had units in this house. They should have gone for the opening, the funnel that he had. Because now Holpoker is going to wonder, okay, so we see one warp guard, how many more Skaven are there around that house? He's going to be even more cautious. There is of course a difference between these two players in how they play, not just the aggressive cautious approach, is that Kittenpaw is trying to actively open up some sort of weakness in his opponents. Holpoker is more the one that's playing very solidly and is waiting for a mistake by his opponent, and then he has the opportunity to strike, and he strikes really hard at that point. 2 low level brethren here. Because if you have 2 Landscape Talent Dark Souls, then you can only feel 3 Dark Soul henchmen. Yeah, that is only those 2 guys, because they replaced the Landscape Talent Warriors, Landscape Talent Dark Souls, I mean. Yeah, Kittenpaw is maybe being overconfident here, hoping that he actually is not that far off in levels here. Gonna see how that turns out. But the last time these two players faced each other was in the WL Brawl League Season 2, and it was a much more interesting game because they were more even balance wise, and the Holpoker managed to win that game as well, 5-1. Playing a little bit the same as he does now, and Kittenpaw playing more or less the same as well. They're aggressive against the cautious game plan. But this could work to Kittenpaw's favor here. I mean, if he has that much heavy armor, a few numbing poison hits on a lot of the characters, we're gonna freeze them into the ground. You saw that he has numbing poison mastered, so that's -4 blue pills already. And a lot of the henchmen, for example, of Holpoker only have 6 blue pills. Some of them even have 5, specifically those 2 brethren only have 5 blue pills. They can really lose the ability to move forward and even do some shooting. Just gonna try and go all the way around here, going out on a flanking route. You can see how Kittenpaw thinks about the game. He is always looking towards that opportunity and trying to create it himself. Just as we said. Also having numbing poison here. Well, it's really far away from Holpoker now. I think Holpoker is gonna reach the top of the building, not this building, but the one opposite of it, and then he's gonna hole up there. Maybe that is where he got his name from. Holding up, he has had a little bit of a reputation as a camping player, but I think that's a bit unfair. It's usually because he plays with so much heavy armor that he is moving relatively slowly, but he's always moving. He's not sitting around in the buildings waiting all the time. There was a rumor about that for the Bodybuilding Brawl League Season 2, and I think you're gonna see how aggressive Holpoker can be in this game. Yeah, could get towards the wagon, possibly. I mean, he sees that the idol is not taken, and I think it was a tactical strong choice by Holpoker, because he was expecting Kittenpaw to stay within this funnel of these two corridors, and then his heavy armor can block all of the paths, and he doesn't really need to take the idol with him, because if he does, that unit could die, and then he's gonna lose even more morale all of a sudden. But he does not know of this big flanking maneuver that Kittenpaw has started out with, and could be a bit of a surprise, could even up the morale advantage here for Holpoker. Indeed, maybe it can be flanked. Lots of units coming up now for Holpoker, so let's skip ahead of that.
The round has started.
Alright, none of the units here are really exposed by either player, so is he actually going to reveal that he has the unit here? Remember, there's going to be 2 overwatches to eat if he does. I'm going to use a delay to start off with. Let's see what the Magister is up to. Also using a delay. We have numbing poison. Might we see someone there's a nice little balcony here, but has blocked itself off again. And this brings to mind the very first game that we did catch off Kittenpaw blocking himself off, and that was against Paranoia, I do believe. And that was, oh no, that was actually a game that's on Kittenpaw's channel. Did the same thing against Paranoia and suffered heavily for it. Even more delays here. I think it's the more people that do delay, the less you're actually moving the ladder forward. Remember, you do skip 3 steps. Yeah, we're gonna see. So he is pretty much forward here. He was taking up the position on this little house, the one opposite to him. And we have one of the Dark Soul really close, Kairos. It's gonna be a nice surprise here when he can actually hit the wagon. It's gonna be difficult to... Yeah, you are stuck. Could just go out and do some kind of overwatch though. There's a blue shuriken, so they have a little bit of range. 20 range. It's not that easy to hit hit up either, especially not with these two brethren here, the only ones that can actually do it, anything. Are we going to see yeah, I think we might be. It might be behind this wall here, and I think we're gonna see a poison cloud coming in. Isn't he just behind this wall? I think he is. Might have been better to put themselves in a different spot. That Overwatch is never going to trigger unless it goes in slightly to the left of him, because you need enough range here to make the Overwatch work. It could have been in the back doing an Overwatch instead as soon as people start moving up. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. He's probably just behind the wall. Is he going to go into that poison cloud? I don't think so. We're gonna see that on the right side of our screen. If anyone moves into it, it's gonna light up as poison cloud in a little red box. And then we know someone moved through it, but that's definitely a cloud you can avoid if you want to. That was interesting. The Magister had all of his red pills left remaining, meaning that he's not cast a single weapon of destruction at this early on here. So Holpoker is not really ready to fight, it seems like. Yeah, even after Sorcerer, it can do a lot of work. I don't think Holpoker is truly camping now. Yeah, with some of the lesser units here, it's he is staying back, but he's moving up one of the Dark Souls, and it's a sound tactic by Holpoker to do this, because he's moving up all of the heavy armor to be within a certain striking range. He doesn't want to move up some of the soft targets just yet, because if he does, they're gonna be attacked, and then Kittenpaw can retreat, and even if he just stays in the fight, the heavy armor will not be able to reach it and help out. And that's really not what Holpoker wants. He might be expecting numbing poison as well. Not too much that he can do about it. The only one that can really do anything about numbing poison actually would be the witch hunters and the warrior priests, since they do have a starting spell that actually helps with that. It is called Immaculate Flesh. It removes all poison effects and gives a little bit of poison resistance, but no one else has that kind of stuff available to them, meaning that Kittenpaw's Warband has the potential of doing a lot of annoying damage to a lot of other players. If we could just get the Warband going even after his setbacks. But it does rely on the henchman being tanky enough and being able to hold players down and then disengage, leaving players open. I see, it's not really blocking off the entire path, and that poison cloud, I think he should have thrown it behind the wall instead. Flush out the building rather than flushing down the corridor, because it's gonna... Kittenpaw is saying that he shouldn't get a poisoned wing Globadier to prevent camping, and he said the same of Holpoker last season as well, that he was camping a little bit against him, but really he's not making Holpoker want to move forward by trying to close off one of the attacking lanes. So of course Holpoker is gonna stay back at that point. Yeah, an unfortunate side effect. The poison clouds here, they... Yeah, he's already got into that position. That was the guy that was Kairos, that was just behind. He was just there indeed. Indeed, good showing by Kittenpaw. I can't really say there's any camping involved. Look at how much forward he's gotten there with the Dark Souls. Should probably move into the house though. There you go. 20 seconds left remaining. Can he actually reach the Globadier? And I think it's possible. Yeah, I see some other units. Is he going to go up the stairs though? No, he's not. Just looking down on units in place. Might be that character hour of the Warp Guard was preventing him from going upstairs. So he did the second best thing. Let's see what Mozzarella Manslayer can do. Trying to set up an ambush. Well, he's setting up an ambush, but trying to make it in a spot that's attractive for Holpoker to move through. Oh, and he actually could get up there. And this you see... So there was room to get up the stairs, and he has another Dark Soul moving up, the last one. And catches the Globadier. Yeah, because I was wondering about this, because he had the Warp Guard that was engaged first here, just not really, like at this position, a little bit more forward, so it was not really covering the stairs, and that means that it was clipped in a different direction. Let's see what he does here. So all that movement up into this house, and now he's going back out. Needs to do this, of course. Yeah, there's ample room to get up there. You can see that how it clips the stairs. Very nice going in on this side. 18% chance here of scoring a critical hit. That's quite good. Gonna be a bit better now. Didn't really get it. Fatality has triggered. 23. Not landing a single critical hit this way. At least this turn. He needs to do some overwatching as well with the last attack if he can. Yeah, this is a good... I would have liked an overwatch with the Nami Poison, because there's a limited amount of units that Holpoker has available to him to do some actual shooting. Yeah. I mean, there's a limited amount of units that Holpoker can use for melee and get in here. Because he cannot use the two Brethren, right? He's already engaged with 2 Dark Souls. So he has 1 more Dark Soul left remaining, and then he has 3 heroes. So the Magister and the 2 Brethren are gonna stay out. And he could have prevented one of them coming through here by using Numbing Poison. not gonna do that. Yeah. Has to avoid being in an awkward position here so that he is not trapping one of his own units. But we have a fight coming up at least here in the house, and it's more or less around where we usually expect it to be, slightly more to the left here. That's usually where the fight happens, but these two players are cautious with being exposed, and so we have a fight in the house. Limited amount of units can come in, of course. Cassius is a lot closer than Kittenpaw could have expected. Could actually get a surround on him with these two warp guards, or he goes down to get the wagon. That is another opportunity. He's probably up there in the house, so it might not be a fantastic chance. You see he's really buffed up. He's gotten out 2 weapons of destruction. Gonna see those characters coming in and doing heavy damage at some point. Probably at the very end of Kittenpaw's turn here. Specifically looking for the Dark Soul Lance got talent called Logran. Gonna be incredibly dangerous. Trying to scan the area here, seeing if he can see anyone. He doesn't really have any more units that he has spotted, so it's only these 3. He will not spot a unit that is not seen so far by doing this. Yeah, I would like to see some more units, some more use out of the numbing poison. This is a speciality of Kittenpaw. It's not been used at all yet, but maybe we will see it. Oh my good, oh wow, that is a speedy mutant with a weapon of destruction spear that's gonna really hurt. And a good look at that. The dodge roll 65% is turned down into an 8. And that does feel quite a bit. Yeah, that was a heavy blow. A really heavy blow. He's gonna do a charge here. Remember that he has red pills left remaining. Gonna do a counterattack. Might see Havarti here go down to some of Holpoker's units coming up. He's used delay on both of the brethren too, so they can come in and do some shooting. Or did he? I might not have gotten the chance yet. I think that's interesting. He manages to get the Dark Soul, but the 2 other units here, the Assassin as well as the Mutant, both saved. They are moving towards this house. They're still too far away to actually do anything, and they might not be too instrumental to Holpoker's Warband at this point. And certainly not damage wise, you can practically ignore them. So we do see a Dark Soul here. No, this is a... he has switched them up, so they're not... He realizes that he cannot really use the shooting for these guys, so he switched them up with the Great Access, both of them. And they're going to come in and do some pain, trying to at least do something. Ashard here is taking a beating. Could see someone come in here and finish him off. See if he can manage to hit here. Yes, he does. That means that the other warp card here is probably going to come in for the kill on Ashard, the Brethren Archer. Has one more counterattack remaining. Misses, 81% chance. Gonna take a return blow. Does quite a lot of damage on the Mark of Venom as well. -5 poison resistance doesn't really do anything. Hullpoker has no mutated arms so far, I believe. Oh, manages to get the poison cloud once more. Not quite enough, but maybe the poison could kill him. It's 20 to 25 damage. Wonder how much, how many wounds he has left remaining. Yeah, we're gonna see a kill coming in here. And Ashard is down in first blood. First kill goes to Kittenpaw, and he's locked that guy in here. There's another Dark Soul nearby. If he attacks here, yeah, he's gonna get a counterattack. Gonna take 30 damage from the Adrenaline Rush as well. It's Kelbor's turn to get it back. This is gonna be, oh wow, look at this. Hullpoker has skipped bringing the Marauder to this fight. And instead is going with the double Lad's Got Talent Dark Souls, and they're gonna do a lot of damage. And it's their turn coming in here. Let's see where they are. Can they reach a fight? Which character? Wow, yeah. Havarti might definitely go down. Some other units as well. Barely survives. Another Mark of Venom. One wound left remaining. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, those two guys, they really hurt. They really hurt. What is Kittenpaw going to do now? Might focus fire down these two warp guards, or he might be going towards the center fight here, but he has a good amount of units there. He does. Yeah, definitely gonna get another kill in there. It's gonna be his turn though, but he might die already from the poison, as we said. Let's see where he goes. Goes straight through the poison globe. Is that the poison globe? Yeah, it probably is the poison globe that Kittenpaw put out at the very start. Yeah, it is. You can see him walking through it. It did some kind of effect at least. It did something. Yeah, the one wound here is not gonna save him, but does he have enough? For now it's not, yeah, he really doesn't want, he shouldn't really go into that fight, because if he just managed to barely get in there, he's gonna get one attack off and kill the target, and that's it. Can he move in somewhere else now? Otherwise he's just used up. Yeah, this is just a poor move by Hullpoker. He should have gone into the other warp guard. Killed him off entirely. He has 4 attacks available to him. He has six red pills that he didn't use there. He could have used them all on that warp guard tying up his Dark Soul. Would have been a much better choice. Don't really know why Hullpoker did that. Let's see what he does with the second one. Yeah, this one is at least trying to... Oh wow. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, and this is that heavy armor of the warp guard as well, and he's going straight out in just 3 attacks. Is he going to move in here with the 4th attack against this warp guard, or is he going to go somewhere else? Yeah, I think this is the warp card he should have gone into. He's still gonna be outside the house, he's still gonna have enough. Gonna produce an all-alone check as well. He's not wearing a helmet, so he might have high chance. Barely manages that. 24 damage is almost maximum. Don't know how many wounds he has left remaining, but it's probably not a whole lot. Gets the leader. And almost gets the Globadier. Almost gets the Globadier.
A new round has started.
Managed to starting off before the Night Runner. Both of them has 69. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of Kittenpaw's game against Paranoia. He was also stuck going down in the exact same fashion. 4 wounds left remaining. Yeah, he is going to die. And he kept, yeah, there we see the Magister coming into picture. Trying to get off, yeah, moving straight up. What is he doing? Taking a lot of damage here. Using order. Huh, that is interesting. So he has started using the Magister as an order character. And this is really what he's going to be strongest at later on in the tournament. Manages to get another kill done by that. And here we see Weapon of Destruction on the Mutant. No Battle Tongue, of course, and no Mastered Order just yet, but they are coming. And the whole Poker's Warband is going to be really deadly. And I think that's a good move by him. Can he even shoot? Yeah, he gets a 80% chance here to score a kill. What about the Magister? Or the Mutant indeed. It's gonna be a trapped Rockefort Ripper here. He might be dying to the Mutant. Yeah, if he can... takes a little bit of damage doing that as well. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Wanted to make him stay where he is, and if he can survive this, he's gonna take even more damage from starting in a poison cloud. But we'll see. 43 damage. Gonna be 3 more attacks coming in from that. 53. Yeah, he might be dying. Not a single miss, and barely gets him, making the score 5-2 so far, and 48-47. He has one more kill here, and Kittenpaw is gonna have to take a route test, and it's only the Black Skaven left that can actually take that route test. Very deadly character. Very good mutation set on the Mutant. Kairos is really not faced with this. I wonder why he's not doing some kind of switcheroo here. And getting a second attack off here with Adrenaline Rush, taking a bit more damage in return. Remember that the Weapon of Destruction only got onto the Mutant, so these Last God Talent heroes here, they're gonna be brought back into shape and be more manageable. Taking a big blow here, almost 100 damage. He's gone. 100 wounds is gone. Last character that can actually take a route test. Oh wow, using a flea here, 52 damage. Oh, move straight into the poison cloud. What kind of move was that? That was not intentional, of course. 80 damage. Can you bring in a killing blow here? Oh, well, I mean, he's gonna take damage from the poison, so he might die. He is going to start out first. If Kittenpaw hangs on here and does not route, it's gonna be all about the 69 test, I think, because both of them have 69 initiative. And if the Night Runner died, yeah, the Night Runner died, so he's gonna be first in line. It's gonna take 15 to 20 damage. I think Cassius is about to die. I'm gonna bring in another. So it's worthwhile for Kittenpaw to stay in this fight, but he's going to lose a lot of characters doing so. But if all he cares about is his own score, then why not do this? Rourke coming in, 41 damage as the level 0 brethren. Misses the all alone check. Yeah. Rolled 100. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Kittenpaw does not want to play Skaven anymore. So a lot of damage coming up, a lot of kills coming in here. Using Adrenaline Rush doesn't really do anything, he's just wanting the character to die sooner. This is gonna set up Holpoker for a very big win, I think. I don't think Kittenpaw wants to quit. He's gonna wait to see if the Magister dies. Meaning he's gonna wait for these three characters to do their thing. Indeed, no route check for the Magister. That is a sizable amount of damage. And I think the Last God Talent can actually finish both of these two ones off. And then you have this Last God Talent as well. The Magister blocks the stairway upstairs, so he has three warp cards here to wrap his head around and kill.
Your warband morale is critically low.
I should go out and kill the warp card, or at least do a little bit more damage on him before the other Last God Talent Dark Soul comes in for the finishing blow. Let's see what he does. Doing exactly that. He doesn't really have too much in the way of choice here. Misses. Can he finish off the other one as well? No, manages a parry. That's impressive. 2 more attacks. No, it's not going to be enough. Let's see if the Magister dies here.
A new round has started.
Manages both point. Fails the second one. Fails the second one, but managed the first one. That could have been interesting to see. That's 8-3. Is he going to kill off another unit here before the Kittenpaw is going to route automatically? Can he kill this unit off? Has Adrenaline Rush available. Manages to get that character as well, so it's 9-3 to Holpoker, and that's gonna end the game. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. It's a little bit uneven, of course. Really crushing every unit of Kittenpaw. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the game, and see you in the future for more games.
Scurry, hurry, hide, crawl. Listen, follow filch and warband, not need scurry, hide. Not leave foe things, take steel word stone.
Farewell for now, Filch and Kittenpaw.